leave one here.
I should probably leave one on Mark.
What's going on today?
Folks at home, folks now, let's run the van here.
Hey, Mayor, you're recorded.
Yeah. Oh, we're on. Welcome to a special city council meeting of Centerville City on June 27th, 2019 at 5:30 p.m. Council is now in session. We're gathered for some special business this day. Let's make sure that we have a quorum, starting with the roll call to my far left.
Meekum present?
McEwen present.
Ivy present.
Let it be noted that 3 of the 5 council people are present, and we may see a couple later. So the business of the meeting this day is, this is a public hearing to amend the fiscal year 2019 budget, something that we have to do by the 30th of June. So we have Jake Smith here. Jake, can you go over these budget changes?
Yeah, I have a, I don't know if you guys have had a chance to look at it. I got a PDF here that I'll explain a little bit. Yeah, do the budget amendments. Okay, so to explain a little bit, our cemetery perpetual care fund, we budget for a certain amount to receive in the revenue. We offset that revenue with, I don't know if you guys remember, we decided on an 80% transfer from that back to the general fund to cover the cost of maintenance of the cemetery. Now, we've received actually more revenue than we expected. In order to do that 80%, we need to amend that budget to increase the revenues to where they're at, as well as that transfer from the cemetery perpetual care fund to the general fund. To make that work in the general fund, we have to amend the general fund to receive that extra revenue, as well as put that extra revenue somewhere. And I'm proposing we just put it in a contribution to fund balance. So that's that part. The other area that we need to amend is the transportation fund. I wasn't really a part of that discussion, but we have Steve at the time, I think January, February, wanted to find out how much money we had available in the transportation fund and wanted to max that out. And we had only budgeted so much for transportation. So let's see, is that it right there? Yeah. And in order to cover our costs, we need to amend that budget on the expenditure side for those capital projects. So.
Is there questions for Jake on those 2 changes?
Can I say so moved, or do we need more than that? Yeah, I guess it is a public hearing, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Got it.
Oh, it is a public hearing. Yes, okay. Thank you, Jake. So this is a public hearing matter. We will now open this up. This is a public hearing on those 2 amendments that Jake Smith talked about. So the microphones are now open to the public for any questions or comments they have on these changes.
This is where we need the wide-angle pan, so it's
Does one of us want to become a member of the public? Seeing no comments from the public, I will close the public hearing and see if there's any further questions for Jake. If there's not further questions for Jake, there is a resolution on this, and I would entertain a motion on this resolution.
I just have one question on the cemetery. I mean, I know we need to build up the perpetual fund, so are we sure that we want to take the money out of it?
Yeah.
If there's extra, we don't want to leave it in
We
there?
have a balance in there. We established that balance should be, I think it was 17,700, 600 something.
Right.
Right. So that's sitting in there, and we still have 20% of that will continue to go and grow that fund balance.
What we're saying is a policy's been created at 80%.
Yeah.
So deviating from that policy, we can, but that's the policy we're following when we made these changes.
Okay.
Well, then I would make a motion we adopt resolution 2019-14, amending the FY 2019 budget.
We have a resolution, we have a second?
Second.
A resolution is second. Any further discussion? If not, we will do a roll call vote, starting with Councilwoman Meekin.
Aye.
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 That resolution passes 3-0. Thank you. I don't have any further items on the agenda tonight. So unless anybody else has anything that needs to be brought up,
I move we adjourn.
I would,
I say, let's wait till
Oh, let's wait till Tammy gets
fellow
here.
council member can be qualified as here, and then we adjourn.
Present? That was really a short meeting.
I move we adjourn.
Second.
we have a move and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Council's adjourned. Thank you.